Okay, so in this video, I'm working with Chris Stansel, and this is a fighter who I've put some time into in terms of training sessions at different gyms, different locations. But this is really the first time that I've decided, okay, I'm going to work with you, for the foreseeable future until that relationship ends to help you get ready for events. And here, I'm using my catch drill just to walk you through some movements. And the thing that I'm doing more than anything is I'm kind of evaluating him. I'm studying his movement. I'm trying to get an understanding of what he already does well, what he knows, what he likes to do, what needs to be improved. So before I continue, I'm going to take this opportunity to say, you know what? I'm going to start doing evaluations for people who, presumably they want to fight, but no one's giving you that feedback in terms of what do I need to do to get ready for a fight? What do I need to do in terms of what skills I should walk into a cage with? I'm going to start offering my services for certain evaluations and really be honest to say, hey, you're not ready yet. Take another year, take another month, or whatever the situation may be. But getting back to it, one of the reasons I developed the catch drill, or I should say the catch drill has taken a life of its own, that's not just a punch mitt drill. It's actually a drill that I can use to study behavior, learn more about the athlete, and also develop new routines out of that drill for a specific athlete. So I'm studying Chris here and I'm getting an idea of how he uses his body, how he could make improvements in terms of using his body, and then move forward in terms of developing a routine that's really designed for him and specific to the fight that he's fighting or a particular opponent. So I'm also getting a gauge for what he knows, and what he brings to the table. Because you're going through training methodologies in terms of, all right, so you have to learn something, you have to practice something, functionalize, perfect it, master it. I need to know what stage he's at. Where is he at this particular stage? Now, Chris is a professional fighter. So the mistake I can make is, oh, you already know these things, or you should know these things. And that making that mistake with assumptions is actually going to derail his progress and hold me back as well as a coach, because I don't want to work from assumptions. I only want to work from the data that is provided right in front of me. Whatever he can do, we have to ask ourselves, what are we trying to master here? What do we need to add here? The other thing is, I need to understand which phase of the training we're in. Does he need instruction more than he needs teaching? For instance, instruction basically means he knows what a jab is. He knows what a cross is. He knows what a kick is. However, he may not understand what those things mean in terms of his body type and how he should be executing. So, am I in instructor phase, which means that you need certain level of information. You need to understand what these tools are. Or is he in the teaching phase where I'm trying to teach him how to master these things for him based on his unique circumstances? Each one of those scenarios makes a difference in terms of what you're trying to get the fighter to do, what you want the fighter to understand, how that fighter will execute on fight night. Also, beyond that, you want to know, are we in a training phase in terms of mastering attributes? Do we want bigger, stronger, faster? Or are we in a coaching phase? In other words, he has all the tools, he has all the attributes, but for some reason, he's not using them. So then I have to ask, why isn't he using them? Who has mentally gotten to this young man's head and deterred him from doing certain things that might actually be beneficial for his particular fight? And sometimes this does happen when athletes are growing up because the coaches that they're working with want them to be more technical more than anything. So, like I said, going forward, I'm going to start doing more evaluations for athletes and helping them get ready for fights. And especially if I'm going to have a long-term relationship with these athletes. I am Coach Sess, and you've had worse with the Mad Coach.